If you're an international student wanting to study medicine in the UK, but you are worried about the price of the tuition fees, then you're not alone. I can understand why it would be overwhelming because fees are typically about 4 times the price of what UK domestic applicants pay. But the good news is they are not all priced the same. There is a range. And in this video, I'm going to go through some of the more affordable ones that you might want to consider if you can afford it, but budget is tight. Now, if you're an international student, a lot of you may be thinking about bursaries and grants, and I made a video especially on how to get those here. But I will say that they are very, very difficult to come by. So I would really think closely if that is your sole reliance to be able to get in. They are incredibly tough to get. But as a reality check, the fees do vary. They can be anything up to your £50,000 per year for places like Cambridge and Oxford Medical School, and then they'll go down significantly all the way to the ones that we'll show you in this video, going cheaper and cheaper. But the thing to bear in mind is also the living costs. You'll probably need to spend in the region of £10,000 to £15,000 every single year just to be able to live in the city that you end up going to. So I'm going to now show you some universities where you can save some money, and over the course of the 5 to 6 years that you're there, that will rack up to quite a substantial amount saved over that period. So let's dive into the 5 most affordable UK medical schools for international applicants. The first is Aberdeen, who charge £46,000 a year in tuition fees. It's worth considering because although they aren't the cheapest, the one which we'll find out later, Aberdeen offers one of the lowest living costs in the UK. Rent, food and travel are far cheaper than London or the South East, saving you thousands each year. Dundee also has a much cheaper cost of living than in the South, but the hidden benefit of Dundee is it consistently ranks higher in student satisfaction and is known for its supportive teaching staff. And as we said, Scotland has much lower living costs. Number 3 is the University of Manchester, which charges £42,000 per year for tuition fees. The reason Manchester stands out is that it's one of the UK's biggest medical schools with a fantastic set of hospitals nearby. And compared to London, living costs are far lower, saving you up to £6,000 a year. Although I did go out in Manchester recently, and I think if you're planning on going out and having a drink in the bars, I don't think the money is saved there for sure. Next, we have the University of Birmingham, which is £41,000 a year approximately. Here's the thing that people don't realise about Birmingham. Birmingham offers strong scholarship opportunities for international students, particularly those with outstanding academic records. That's rare for UK medical schools. And finally, in first place, we have UCLan, the University of Central Lancashire. Not surprising that they're the first because they are a university geared specifically to international students. Their fees are £38,000 a year. Why does UCLan top the list? Well, UCLan has specifically tailored support for international students, smaller size classes, and one of the lowest tuition fees for medicine in the UK for internationals. When you combine that with the relatively low living costs in Preston, where the university is based, that makes it the most affordable overall as a package. But what none of these tell you is that there are some extra hidden costs when it comes to medical school. It's very different to other degrees in that you'll be going on placement, so often people need a car or at least to pay for their own transport. Sometimes the university will reimburse it, but there are some costs that you can't recover. Also things like the materials that you need, the books, and also the clothes. You need to wear proper placement clothes, and that means that you need to buy extra than you would have considered normally for your uni life. The other thing they don't tell you is that international applications are incredibly hard. We have a lot of students come to us every year with the FutureDoc program because they didn't get in and they realized just how hard it was. And then they have to reapply a second year. Sometimes they've had 2 or 3 attempts by themselves and they come to us to finally get in because we help them build the kind of application that's going to get through those competition levels. If you would like some help to make this year the year that counts with your application, check out the FutureDoc program where we can help you get in and submit your best application to get into your chosen medical school. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.